Spencer, a good 2-1 home victory over Biggleswade Town this afternoon. What did you make of your team's performance?
Thought again we were excellent. First 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 2-0 up. Real pace, real quality. And then you saw our youth and inexperience. We get 2-0 up and we don't touch the ball again until they're given a penalty. And we let them into the game, and it's then an end-to-end game. And ultimately, I think the referee, it's never a penalty, the second one. There's a blatant foul on Luke King before, and he gives them a penalty. So, they'll argue there was potentially one before. Our lads are saying he's dived, but, it could have been a penalty. And I think the referee's evened it up and he's made it a very interesting game. And I suppose it was entertaining. But you see the faults we have with youngsters. I think our average age today probably wasn't more than 20, especially if you take Bradshaw out. But I'm thrilled with the spirit we've got, the positiveness. We've got great pace. We've got lads that want to learn. But that's 2 weeks in a row we could have made life a lot easier for ourselves. And, they've got to learn that lesson that every win at this level is really, really difficult. But that's 2 wins on the spin. And certainly an entertaining win, and young lads that are really proud to wear the Borough shirt, and that's very encouraging for the future.
Going out the door at the start of the week was Perry Coles. Can you comment on the situation?
Yeah, it's quite simple really. Perry sat down with Rob a couple of weeks ago and they handshaked on a deal for this season and next. We've tried to have Perry on a contract before he even came to the club, but he's averse to contracts, which has its own risks, because if a player gets injured or suspended or is away, they don't get anything at all. And ultimately, he said to me he was going to stay, but we would have made him, therefore, I think he would have been the highest paid player at the club for a long, long time. And we're very disappointed, but all we do is wish him the best. We understand the attraction of Slough at the moment. They're looking to get into the playoffs, and they've hit a blip, so that they need reinforcements. So we're very disappointed to lose a player, but we've also got to be realistic. He's only been here just over a year. He came from Step 5. He's done very well for us, and we wish him all the very best there. There's been a few bits and pieces that have come out, but most of them aren't even true. We're gutted that the agreement's been broken, but we wish him all the best. A very positive year he's had, and we feel we've been part of that development. And who knows what will happen in the future? He's only there to the end of the season, we understand. He's not signed a contract to our knowledge, and we wish him and his family all the very best, and we'll see what happens again in the summer.
There was some news announced yesterday with CJ Fern, Michael Fernandez and Nathaniel Asani signing contracts until the end of next season. That must certainly bode well for the future.
Yeah, we made it clear, didn't we, about 6-8 weeks ago, that we're going to look at a lot of people at the moment, and we've started that process in the last 6 weeks. Results have been very good, really. And Nathaniel, over the last 4 or 5 weeks, has earned the contract. He was released by Manchester City last year, and he's always got a smile on his face. And he's a big central midfielder, and he's doing well. It's tough. He's finding the level tough. There's no question. And he wants to stay, and that's the positive thing. And then obviously with Michael, we got that tip off from Reading. Reading were very keen on him, and still are very keen on him. And he's 18 again, very young. But those who've seen him in those 2 games, great pace, great attitude and ability, and we're very excited to have him. And he wants to get back into the programme, and that may well happen, but we're excited to have him to the end of next season, and we'll see what happens as part of his development. You've got to remember he's only 18. So, and then the biggest one of all really is CJ. He's earned the right to a better contract, and we've given it to him. I'm delighted. It was a very easy negotiation, which shows the quality of the lad. He's come through the academy. He's the first team captain. He got man of the match today. He's been absolutely outstanding, and we're delighted that he's signed and committed to the end of next season at least. And you saw that in the performance he gave again today. So really positive stuff. We're going to keep looking at others. We've got lads that we hope will be here next season non-contract, and that we hope will stay. So we're already building a really solid core for next year. And we said that we're going to look for the rest of this season at players, and we'll continue to do that. But the results are showing we're far better off than we were when we had perhaps some bigger names. But ultimately it's all about developing and entertaining, and I certainly think the crowd got their entertainment today. And Bradshaw's really only had one thing to do, and he did it quite superbly with the save right at the end to make sure that we got the 3 points. But I think overall, certainly our start deserved the 3 points. But when you let good sides back into the game, as I feel the referee helped them, but we did, that inexperience counted. But it's a learning experience, and we're delighted with another 3 points. 2 wins on the spin, and our home form overall is absolutely phenomenal, with the exception of Hereford, and no disgrace losing to Hereford. So, we're all really excited. There's a great buzz around the place, great positivity, but we know it is a big learning experience, and we'll continue to look forward.
Also making his Farnborough debut today, Kieran Rule. Can you tell me a bit about him?
Yeah, very last minute, Thursday night. Obviously, we've got Jack Barton suspended. He's back available next week. We have Lewis Ferrell here suspended. We lost Adam Everett. He's left the club. So we were very short in the defensive midfield today. And on Thursday night, I got a tip. He's only 18 again. And he's been at Sutton, wasn't in the first team squad, got released. He was at Wimbledon previously years ago. He's a friend of Jayden. And I quickly Googled him up and spoke to a couple of people, spoke to Wimbledon and took him straight away. And bearing in mind he's not been playing regular football, I thought he did pretty well. And obviously things we know can do better. We know that we can't stick every week 18, 19-year-olds like we're doing out at the moment consistently. We will be looking for more experienced players to supplement them over the coming months. But I think for a debut he did very well. And we've got a group of players, I said at the moment, that have just got this fabulous attitude and breath of fresh air and pace, and they're almost playing with freedom. And we knew today against the very physical side and certainly very big side that if we could get players in the right areas, and he helped do that, that we could hurt them. But we also knew that if it turned into a bit of a fist fight, we would struggle. But he's come in, no notice, he's put a good shift in. We'll continue to look at him. As I said, it'd be good to get Barton back, good to get Lewis Ferrell back, and certainly with the knocks that we're picking up. But he's got a chance, and we'll assess him like everybody else. And there'll be a few that will have to move on. CJ Williams has moved on. He needs to work for the rest of the season and didn't quite get his chance. And we'll play the odd friendly like we did the other night with only a few first team in this to assess people. And we still want to look at Brett again. And there's a couple of other academy lads who are starting to really shine. So overall, we're delighted. Another win, another entertaining win. Could have made life a lot easier, that's for sure. And they've got to learn that lesson. And we'll go on to what will be obviously a very difficult game next week away at St Ives on a very difficult pitch.
Yeah, looking to make it 3 wins in a row next week and also do the double over St Ives.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know much about them because they're not playing, because their ground, I think today was the first game that's been played at their pitch in 2018. They ground share with Cambridge or vice versa. So we know the pitch is going to be very difficult, and they're a physical, strong side, at the wrong end of the table, and we've got to go and earn the right to play there. We saw that at Hitchin on a very heavy pitch. You saw that today, as much as Jim's doing a great job and the volunteers. Very heavy pitch, very difficult, players falling over. And we know that we've got to train twice this week again and keep momentum. But I tell you, those in the dressing room at the moment, it's just a fantastic smiling and buzzing around these lads. And I said to them, enjoy it, because to win at this level is very, very hard. But we're desperate to go forward again and make it 3 on the spin next week.
Brilliant. Thanks and well done on the win today.
Cheers, Don. Cheers.